I just thought of something. It all makes sense now why you bought me a new welding helmet for Christmas.
Why?
So you could use it. It'd be like me buying you a fishing pole for your birthday.
You did buy me a
That's not important. Welcome back. It's the next morning. We did get some metal. We're gonna get them hay feeders fixed up. But first, I want to get. I think if I take this fuel solenoid off, because this is what allows. Basically, it'll either push the plunger down, I believe, to shut off the fuel, or it'll pull it back up to turn the fuel on. What I'm thinking is, if I take this off, I'm hoping that since the flow is actually going down through here and into that, I think it'll run. So we're going to test that theory. Pretty sure that's off because right now the resting position is like that. So I'm sure when the magnet kicks in, it pulls this up, opens it like it is now. I put this on top and actually put it in that hole a little bit just to keep any dirt or debris from falling in there. Obviously we don't. Just adds an extra step to, well, actually just to turn it off. All done. Now what we gotta do, I'm gonna take them out there. And I've got some 1.5 inch square tubing because the 1 3/4 inch outside diameter that fits perfectly inside of that 2 inch is an unusual size. That's what we ordered, and it's been 4 months and it's just not here yet. And they don't know when it'll be here, if it'll be here. I'm not waiting any longer. We're gonna take this 1.5 out there and we're gonna make something just to get us by until we hopefully get the others. Or if this stuff just works well the way it is, we may just leave that, I don't know. I think you'll be able to see this, maybe. That line there that I scratched in, that line, and then there's one more right here. Those are all scratched in because I held this up at the end of the bale feeder with some clamps and then just scratched it because I figured I could put this, which is the exact same piece that was on there, in that position, and then I'll know where I can place my 1.5 inch piece is 1 foot long. And the game plan here is that if I set it just inside of there, that it would be able to go, at least that's what I'm thinking. And this has wiggle room, which is good. It means that it'll slide down the pipe or slide down the one that's there. That's what I'm planning on doing, and then I'll just lift this off and not bump it, hopefully. Probably put that back on. And all the way around here, so between the edge of my 1.5 inch piece and the outer line, I want to make sure it's at least a 1/4 inch is what I'm aiming for. But as long as there's an 1/8 of an inch, that means it will fit through. And all the way around here, we are looking really good. That side actually might have a little too much. Let's bring her back just a hair. Just like we just tacked this, do the same thing on the other side. We'll go test fit it, make sure it's actually going to line up and work. And then as long as we see that it's going to work, we'll go ahead and weld it in for real.
Quiet down, we're trying to shoot a video.
They're not going to listen.
Like this. We'll drill 2 holes, so like one, say here, and then we'll go farther, and we'll drill another hole through this. Oh, yeah, beautiful. All right, so Chris is going to take that pin out. I'm going to take the one out on my side, and then she'll take that out. And now we actually have the ability to change. You'll have to line it up. So it gives us the ability to bring us in or out farther depending on how well the bale fits. Because some of them are just a little bit big, or we don't get the one in the center perfectly with the line. Do is we're going to get started. We're going to sit here for like 1 or 2 seconds, just making a little tiny circle. And then once we have a puddle, we'll slowly start making small C's that keep overlapping right in front of each other all the way back. Got it?
No, I can't do that.
You're supposed to look without it. You're killing me.
What?
So you get your puddle started. So just a real tiny circle, moving like that while it's getting your puddle started. Once you have your puddle started, you're going to slowly start moving back and forth, making a small C that goes across that gap, up on this side, back across that gap, up on this side, back across the gap. You're melting the metal to fill that gap and molding them together. Ta-da! Not bad.
What do you mean not bad?
Not bad. But
What's wrong? But what? No but. You can say not bad with a big but. You just contradict everything you just said about not bad.
So see how you went
What's wrong with
much higher on this end? So
slow enough so that it can penetrate. Look at the sun. That one, it's all melted together and it's relatively smooth on top other than the little C's. Yeah, so it's because you suddenly jumped to a spot. You just gotta get steady and just real slow back and forth.
I'm pretty sure she likes it because she wanted to fix her mistake.
It's melted together. Where before you had that, you could see there was just a bubble.
I think I made too much of it.
So on this side, this was probably your best side.
That was my last one.
Oh, yeah, what was your last one?
We give her a round of applause.
You got dirt on your face.
It was there already.
What are you sniffing?
I think it's from the horses.
You sniffing?
They were nudging me.
Anyways, give her a round of applause. She did a very good job. Especially since vertical welds are definitely harder.
I'll get it. I feel like I'm in preschool again, learning how to write my C's.
I just thought of something. It all makes sense now why you bought me a new weld helmet for Christmas.
Why?
So you could use it. It'd be like me buying you a fishing pole for your birthday.
You did buy me a
That's not important. We're not talking about that.
Turns out we have the same drawing when it comes to the bow. Nope. My first Mother's Day present was a bow. Not that I didn't want to use one.
You're welcome.
It turns out we have the exact same drawing.
I mean, it's coincidence. Think about it this way. Well, it's a gift you still remember.
It is though. It's really nice now because our firstborn really enjoys shooting the bow. It's nice now.
That's right, everybody. No more knocking hay bales out. Those days are over. Just put them all back in after we fed them. Chrissy's getting the last two in. Basically, the bars just go across here, make it to where the bale can't come out. The original plan essentially had ones that fit perfect in there, and then same thing down here in that hole. We were gonna line up again and make a grid for across here. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna go through all that effort with these because no matter what, they're gonna be a loose fit. I want them to fit perfectly. And the other thing is that I can't do it when everybody's in here, and I don't wanna do it when all this flammable material's on the floor, because I wanna weld them all in place and then just pull them out. They'll be rigid enough that they can go in and out relatively easy without, without flexing and making it to where it's lodged in one hole or the other. So that'll be a project for, I guess, whenever that stuff comes in. However, like I said, these are gonna work just fine. We put the pinholes in like you saw so we can kind of adjust the length. Same plan that we were gonna do with the other ones as well. But that'll make it to where it's much more effective as far as holding the bales in. The ratchet straps just don't do enough, or they're not really good enough because they're not rigid. They can flex, they can be pulled. Just, yeah, didn't work out like I was hoping. And I guess originally I also thought I was putting the ratchet straps on there for a week or two, and here we are months later. So it is what it is. I hope y'all enjoyed it though. A lot of learning went on this weekend, so kind of cool. Thanks for watching though, and hope you all have a blessed week, and we'll see you next time.